on an ancient cavern in the Dolomites reveal a vast treasure of brilliant crystals. So alluring is their light, men try to climb the sheer mountainside to possess it, only to fall to their deaths on the rocks below. Yet there is one who knows the secret of the crystals. Guided by their mysterious light, she alone can reach even the highest peaks. Until one midnight, the young girl meets on her path a painter. Soon he would seduce her will, use her to fulfill his own destiny, then leave her on the frozen mountains alone.
I want you back in there. Shoot every foot of film you've got.
And what, sir?
Then shoot some more.
Still mighty, Major. You seen what they done in there?
Yeah. And I want the whole world to see. Because if they don't see, they'd never believe. All right, what the hell you waiting for, soldier? Christmas?
Ain't like they're going anywhere, sir.
You all right, Lieutenant?
Yeah, I will be. As soon as I prove the colonel wrong about the Nazis.
How's that?
He's been bragging he's gonna hang more of the bastards than us.
Yep. But we'll be able to say we bagged Hitler's honey.
Yeah?
Wir suchen Leni Riefenstahl.
Oh, Americans. Welcome. I am Leni Riefenstahl.
I'm Major Herman. This is Lieutenant Selby. We're with the 7th Army Interrogation Center.
We have questions.
Please, sit. Would you like coffee?
Coffee? You do realize why we're here, don't you?
No. Should I?
This is a preliminary interview, ma'am.
Oh, an interview? For the newspapers?
No. Actually, we're here to talk about your political activity.
Politics. I have never been interested in such things.
Oh, come on. You're being too modest. Fact is, you're famous the world over for glorifying the Nazis.
I only filmed what happened. What I saw, what I heard, what I felt, what everyone in Germany felt.
Probably not everyone, ma'am.
This is absurd.
You deny you had a special relationship with Hitler?
He liked my work.
And you worked hand in hand with Hess, Goering, Goebbels?
With the mouse doctor?
We have photographs of you with all of these men.
Yeah, parties, official functions. Even had these Nazis over for tea.
It was for my work.
What kind of work was this? It's you, isn't it? Taken in military uniform, first week of the war, September 1939, while you were in Kącki, a little town in Poland. Same day, dozens of civilians were lined up and butchered by the SS. Any of this ring a bell?
Like I said, it was for my work.
And work makes you free. Arbeit macht frei.
I don't understand.
Oh, another German has never heard of concentration camps.
Camps, yes. I have heard talk, but never seen one.
No, of course not. No German's ever seen one. But that smell
Lieutenant.
would be enough to make any decent person...
Lieutenant!
Now, what is this about?
A lot of accusations are being made these days in Germany.
Of what could I be accused?
And I'm here to see that justice is done. To make sure that the innocent are not hurt along with the guilty. But I can only do that with your help, Leni.
All right, Major. For you.
All right, Lieutenant. Take it from the top.
Elena Berta Amalia Riefenstahl. Born in Berlin, 1898, to a well-off family, expensive education. Yeah, figures you're on easy street. All you had to do was snag a rich husband and pop out some brats.
But you didn't. Why not?
Because I had my own dreams. Right from the beginning. Everyone said I lived in a dream world. And they were right. Mother was understanding. Father was Prussian. He insisted I learn to be pragmatic. And so, I became pragmatic and took dance lessons behind his back. Until he found out. His reaction surprised me. If you want to dance so badly, you will do it openly at the best school in Berlin, where you will learn you have no talent whatsoever. And then I surprised him and became the most celebrated dancer in all of Europe.
Ain't old Daddy a member of the party too?
Oh, don't be foolish. He liked their ideas, yes, but the people?
But he endorsed their philosophy?
Like many, many others.
So maybe we ought to visit him next.
Maybe you should.
Where is he?
Dead.
I understand you were recently married.
Yes.
A major in the Wehrmacht. Where's your new hubby now?
POW camp? Detention center, maybe? I don't know. Perhaps you could help me find him.
When we're done with this.
Suppose he believed in the Third Reich too.
He believed in his country. Like you, yes?
And how about you? What did you believe in?
In my work. My films.
Films. How does an upper-crust dancer like you, cultured, discerning, wind up in the movie business?
Why, Major, you sound just like my friends.
Hey, isn't that Leni, soon to be movie actress? Movie actress? Oh. Isn't that a contradiction?
You're terrible.
Get used to it, Leni. You're crossing the line.
I never knew you were such a snob.
Why, thank you. Tell your parents yet?
Yes. And no.
Uh-oh. What are you gonna tell the old man?
That I need a rest.
Paternal sympathy. Think it'll work?
Like a charm, you men are all pushovers. Besides, it happens to be true. What? You think it's easy?
Here we go again.
I'm wrecked. My feet are killing me. My ankles, you should see my knees, Bela.
You name the place.
But you two, clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
I'll have you know, I broke a nail the other day. Just look at my pinky.
So you have no idea how hard it is.
Being a famous dancer, making money hand over fist. Doing what you love. It's a horrible life.
Of course it's not. It's just that I want something, I don't know, bigger than life.
And you change careers just like that and give up everything you've worked for? For bourgeois commercial crap. I need a drink. Remember, it's an industry. It's not about art.
Not yet.
You're gonna change the movies? Even you can't be that naive.
And even you can't blame a girl for dreaming.
Having a dream is fine. Living in one's another story.
Life falls into place when one does what's right.
Ugh, you know I hate Nietzsche.
Actually, that's me.
Ah, now I know this is a special occasion.
Bela, that's so sweet.
Don't mention it. I put it on your tab. The price of movie stardom.
Don't be silly. I'm not the star. Oh, I gotta run.
Not the star.
At least I don't think so. I haven't met the director yet. But I imagine he'll be starting a new movie soon, somewhere in the mountains, and he'll need me. I know it.
No. No one had what she had. Guts, for one. To show up on the mountain like that, thinking I'd need her. She was a natural. For all the good it did her in the long run.
I feel right at home up here.
Worried about the ice wall scene?
No, anything for this shot.
You learned quick.
I have a great teacher.
A woman up there? Somebody was gonna get hurt. Told you she was trouble. Mind you, I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot boom unless she was taunting me. Then I'd sure as hell show her who was boss. Action! It was tough yanking her up that ice wall. I guess it was about halfway up when I set off the avalanche. This huge wall of ice and snow came roaring down and wham! The director said, keep pulling. So I did. I yanked her face first right up over the ledge. She didn't look so high and mighty then. But hey, anything for the shot.
I made a vow to myself that day never again would I let this happen to me. Never again would I be under the thumb of some man, any man, ever. From now on, no matter what it took, I would be the one in control. I would be the director.
And that's why you started making your own films.
No! She was a born opportunist. Her ambition always came first.
No, she was an artist. Her art came first.
She was an actress. She always came first.
With friends like that, who needs enemies?
For once we agree.
And every one of them has implicated you in Nazi activities.
None of it is true.
You're saying they're all lying.
I'm saying they're all jealous. Because I had desires and ambitions equal to theirs, they came to resent me. Because I pursued my dreams with the same zeal, they like to hurt me. Because I had to use my skills as a woman, they envy me. So be it. I am guilty of being hated by petty and vindictive men.
Do you really believe that they would go that far? Collusion, fabricating stories, knowing the ramifications.
Maybe. She was breaking all the rules. Naturally, most men in the business hated her for it.
But not you?
Of course not. I was still in school at the time. To film students like me, Leni Riefenstahl was nothing short of an inspiration. Hi. Morning. I wonder if you can help me. I'm looking for a film company up here. They make movies. You know, movies? Anyway, it's a different type of film. It's like an art film. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. You folks French or something?
clothes like rags, live in shacks, carry big loads on their backs like jackasses.
That sounds like them, all right.
Are you really so naive you'd come all this way on the off chance we might need you?
You bet.
Remind you of anybody?
No. What's your name, kid?
Henry,
Any film experience?
I've seen all of your movies like 11 times.
You're in.
Thanks. You won't be sorry.
Oh, but you will be. Days are long and the money's short.
I'll work for nothing.
How'd you guess?
But it's all worth it. We'll wait here.
Right. Wait. For what?
The right clouds. Perfect light. That's what artists do, Harry.
Henry.
We ignore convention, break the rules, do whatever it takes to get the shot.
You're not gonna get any shot if you use that filter.
It'll work.
Look, you can't just command the laws of physics like you do the crew.
It'll work.
Here's the director.
Like I said, Harry, whatever it takes.
Difficult? She could be cold and hard as ice. She knew what she wanted, and she wouldn't quit until she got it. She could also be very generous. She gave me my first break, taught me my trade, helped me later during the war. She was a loyal friend.
And how loyal was she to her friends among the Nazis? Like Ernst Uberman.
Uberman? They worked together once or twice.
Oh, come on. I hear she was like this with a Nazi who planned the Blitz on London.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
But you'd tell us if you did. Right?
Sorry about dinner. First time I've cooked.
Well, it's not much of a kitchen. She means in her life.
Ha ha.
Then I am honored.
So are we.
Yeah, only von Richthofen shot down more planes than you did, Major Uberman.
He was my boss. I didn't want to be a show-off.
Then what are you doing here?
Actually, it was all Leni's idea.
I have the shot that just has to have the world's greatest pilot. Shot by the world's greatest cameraman.
Leni can be very persuasive.
Tell me about it.
She made it all sound so wonderful up here. Yes, a luxury chalet in the mountains, complete with gourmet meals.
Anything for the shot.
To Leni's dream world.
Sorry. Poor artists drink poor wine.
Well, that can easily be remedied.
Not for a woman doing her first film.
I know the right people. Men with money, influence. They can help you make films the way you should be making them.
No thanks. I like doing things my way.
Well, naturally, my dear, but don't you see? You can have things both ways. But it'll take more than talent. It requires something equally important.
And that is?
Pragmatism.
Oh, God. Now you sound like my father.
No, mark my words. Being pragmatic will prove very valuable in tomorrow's Germany.
All right, Leni. Here's your footage with the 2 filters. Just remember I warned you.
It's like a dream.
And that was the film that started it all. About the girl, the mountain, the crystals.
Das Blaulicht. The blue light. Couldn't compare with one of my films, of course, but to the mystics out there, the Valhalla types, who thought nature had special powers and certain people shared those powers, they'd swallow it whole. And if she wasn't careful, the girl who made it, too.
He's on the front page of every paper, and you've never heard of him? Good Lord, Leni.
I've been busy working.
Him too. Well, people. Peace. Prosperity. To make Germany great again. He's a true romantic. And a pragmatist, like you. And He's a huge fan. Loves your new film. So I thought just maybe you'd like to meet him.
The savior of our country. I might be able to squeeze him in.
The German people can do anything. Can be great again. But in order to do so, we must move away from petty things and work together for the common good. To stand down the mortal threat facing the fatherland, both from without and within. But we can only do this by not denying what destiny has decreed for us.
Is racism? You like that too, I'll bet.
Of course not.
But you knew about it. He spoke openly enough about the Jewish problem.
Yes, as did all the politicians. But there was also so much good in what he was saying, even my Jewish friends weren't sure what to think.
Never thought we'd see the day.
Our little girl is growing up.
What, I can't go to a political rally?
I thought actresses had more important concerns.
Hair, makeup, leading men.
It's hard work. Well, tell them.
Leni is always beat.
From all the persuading.
Put Fire Hans on that checklist.
Is she gonna go out with him?
Who? Only if Clark Gable's busy. Come on, it was an invitation to meet with him, not a marriage proposal.
You're considering going?
Why not? He sounds different.
The man gives a good speech.
He's clever enough, all right. And dangerous. You've heard his message.
Jews are monsters, the usual campaign rhetoric. Come on, you know as well as I do. Want to be elected? Find a scapegoat for the mess we're in.
This one is different.
His brown shirts hit communist headquarters again last night. But, gotta admit, his programs do make him very attractive to the average worker.
He does seem to want to help poor people. You mean pure people?
And how we know what he means if Leni doesn't accept his invitation.
We've got a movie to prep for.
Shots to plan.
Who always says things fall into place or whatever? Go, see if he really is the savior.
I found the blue light. Magical. Spiritual. A totally original work.
Thank you. Hard to believe you have time for movies.
I've made time for yours.
Really? Which ones?
All of them. Up on the screen, you represent beauty. Feminine vigor, which I find rare and desirable.
I do tend toward the romantic.
Yes, me too. It is such a German sensibility. I myself am an artist by nature.
Really?
A painter, yes. But I had to give it up. For the cause. Still, I wanted so much to be an artist as you are. It's strange. And beautiful. How art connects human soul. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's my work. Destiny is a jealous mistress, and I must subjugate myself to her for the greater good. But perhaps one day you will do something else for me, for our movement.
But I don't know anything about government or politics. And the people are all so boring.
So uninhibited. So innocent. That's what the people see in you. After years of deceit and filth, they are finally turning back to what is noble and righteous. And you are its embodiment. And those values that we believe in will be the lifeblood of a new nation. A nation of strength, destined to shine like a beacon for decency and purity for 100 generations.
Do you really believe that can happen?
We will make it happen.
And it was from then on that he would not leave me alone.
Hitler?
Oh, no. Goebbels. His little mouse doctor, calling constantly, then just dropping by the apartment, bringing gifts, trying to help my career. Like I needed help from that pompous cripple.
Mein Kampf. How sweet. And you signed it. It will be a perfect complement to my other copy inscribed by the author.
I see. So you love him?
Doctor, I admire his charisma.
It's all right. I'm not ashamed to say that I love him. And you?
Dr. Goebbels, really.
I have to have you. It's as simple as that, and I'll do whatever it takes.
A wife, a child.
And power, influence. I can help you realize your dream. If only you'll let me realize mine.
Well, to be blunt, I just pictured you and me together, and, well, some dreams just aren't meant to be.
You ever meet a man who didn't come on to you?
Only 2, Lieutenant. But, the night is still young, yes? Better tell the boy it's a joke, Major.
You claim you were being pursued by Goebbels. What did you do about it?
What else? I went to the mountains to work.
And that's when Hitler was elected Chancellor?
Yes, and Goebbels became his Minister of Propaganda and Enlightenment.
True to his promise, the Fuhrer has put the fatherland back to work, building the Autobahn and rebuilding our national pride. Gone are the days of our indignity, thanks to Adolf Hitler. Everyone in Germany is giving their all to make the Fuhrer great.
Leni.
I don't understand. Where's Bela?
He's left. Of course, everybody's left.
Left for where?
Here. You want me to give you this?
He's gone to Warsaw, but why?
He joked that he could read the handwriting on the wall.
Well, when's he coming back?
Coming back? A communist Jew? Leni, don't you get it? The old life is over. It's their turn now.
I don't understand.
Well, maybe your new friend at the Chancellery can explain.
Funny how things turned out. It seems for years I've been dreaming, and now suddenly I'm awake. An overnight success. Like you. Thank you, Johanna. Your work must have been fascinating to keep you away so long.
And so much has changed.
Yes, it has.
And many of my friends have been affected.
I know. The whole country seems to be energized by our victory, which brings me to our project. I'm very interested in how it's coming along.
Sorry?
The party rally film. Are you getting everything you need?
Film? What film?
Didn't Dr. Goebbels inform you? I told him months ago. Johanna! Obviously there's been some... Johanna! There's been some mistake.
Yes, mein Führer.
Johanna, did you somehow not know that I wanted Fräulein Riefenstahl to do the rally film?
Yes. I mean, no.
Then why didn't you inform Dr. Goebbels?
I did, mein Führer. Just as you said.
Just as well. Me doing a political film? I mean, it's all such a male thing, isn't it? SS, SA, you boys and your clubs.
There you go again. That's why I want you making films for me. Your perspective is so fresh. Propaganda films, they're worthless, despite what my experts said.
Just an actress.
Who knows the way to the hearts of the people. You can show them the essence of what we are, only you.
But...
And to put your mind at ease, I will personally order Dr. Goebbels to be there for you every step of the way.
Joseph, dears, the hors d'oeuvres have been atrocious. Let's remember to make a change next time.
Yes, my pet.
They're chatting again, I see.
She's been bending his ear for over an hour now.
He doesn't seem to mind too much it being bent.
I find the woman's behavior disgraceful.
Well, imagine that, Joseph. An eager young starlet you don't like.
Good show, eh, Goebbels?
These actresses have no shame.
You'd know.
She's practically soaking him with a shower of feminine charms.
To soften him up a bit, eh? You don't think I see your game, old man? Having him keep company with wholesome Miss Mountain Girl? Good for his image. Crafty devil, you. And generous. I'd assume you kept all the tasty ones for yourself.
Anything for the Fuhrer.
Oh, sorry.
No, come in. I'm nearly done.
You have a lovely home.
Yes, I suppose I do. Hope you don't think I'm jealous.
Jealous of...
let's not be coy. I don't blame you for wanting him.
Wanting him? Frau Goebbels, I can assure you I have no interest in your husband.
Of course not, silly. I meant the Fuhrer. Not that you're likely to catch him. God knows I tried everything I could dream of. But how can a girl compete with the fatherland? So, being near him will just have to be enough. And it is. Because my love for the Fuhrer is... well... you know.
You know what I think? I think you wanted to do it. I think you wanted to make the film to please him.
No.
Documentaries were beneath you, yet you agreed to do the work because your relationship with Hitler was that goddamn special.
I admired him, yes. His speaking, his spirit. But your suggestion that there was something physical between me and him? Oh.
But the rumors.
I have heard the rumors, Major. But I have never cared what other people think.
Well, maybe this would be a good time to start.
And what happens if you do a good job for Hitler?
What do you mean, if?
Her, I can understand. Maybe. But you're a communist.
Who's run out of options.
And what should he do? Go to New York like you? And the rest of my crew, their families?
You have options.
What? Be a Hollywood actress with my English?
You could direct.
Don't be naive. Who there is going to let a woman direct a film? No. To work, I have to stay.
And I have to leave.
Fine. Throw away everything you've ever worked for.
Why not? Life falls into place when one does what's right.
Where'd you hear that?
So you and Goebbels were arch enemies.
Yes.
We've read his correspondence, his diaries. None of this is in there.
There is no mention of me?
Nothing to indicate that you two were anything less than typical business associates.
Leave it to him to cause me grief even after he's dead.
Working with him on Hitler's film would put you right in his sights. How could you get around that?
I had to produce Hitler's film, yes, but who said I had to direct it?
Besides, I'm afraid this might be too big a film for, you know, a woman.
Meanwhile, I could go back to the mountains, far away from all the politics, and do my own work. I could have it both ways.
All right, Doctor. This time,
I wasn't aware doctors still made house calls.
Baron, what brings you here?
Unofficial business regarding your project for our mutual friend.
Project? What about it?
Your proletarian friend who's been doing the filming?
Hans, he's helping me out.
Not anymore. He's left the country.
He's what?
Yes, there's a lot of that going around these days. So you will be directing the project personally now, including all of the filming in Nuremberg.
But that's impossible. The party congress starts in less than a week.
And the Führer's depending on you. A singular honor. But along with the privilege comes a commensurate degree of accountability. I'm surprised the mouse doctor didn't tell you.
Your work must have been fascinating to keep you away so long.
Hardly. In fact, I would have been back weeks ago, but I was so sick. Anyway, I came as soon as I was well enough to travel. And do you know what my assistant did in my absence?
Bland, mundane propaganda.
Yes, he totally misunderstood.
Exactly what I said I did not want. If I wanted tripe cooked up by some hack, I could have it instantly. But I wanted something magical, spiritual. Something to capture these historic times for all time, so I turned to you and you said yes! And then you go off on holiday! And you give my work to a subordinate. A member of the Communist Party, no less. Even you must... And this act is no secret. Do you realize the position you have put me in? And yourself!
I do now. And I think that under the circumstances, it would be best if my production company is given complete control of the film.
What?
No offense to the Ministry of Propaganda, of course, but time is short. I must have total control of the project.
You're serious?
I can't do superior work with bureaucrats looking over my shoulder.
I assume that does not include me.
I could never think of you as a bureaucrat. But no one sees the film before it's finished, not even you. One director, one vision.
After all this, she makes demands.
It's just what I need.
You disobeyed me. Publicly.
It was a misunderstanding, which I sincerely regret. But you must remember that I'm an artist, an actor...
And you must remember who I am!
Of course. And you want your message to reach the people. To touch every heart and soul in this nation. To show the world what you and the party mean to the people. And all I want is the power to give you what you want.
You will do the film.
Yes?
With whatever it takes to do it correctly.
Thank you.
May I at least suggest a title?
Certainly.
Triumph of the Will. Leni. You will not disappoint me again.
For being so damn reluctant, you sure did a bang-up job.
I made the best of my situation. I am a professional.
But it was an accolade as well as a burden, was it not? With the greatest filmmakers in Europe to choose from, all those men with experience, Hitler asked you. Surely that made you feel good.
I appreciated it was an opportunity to prove myself. No filmmaker, whatever his experience, had ever faced such a challenge. Upwards of 1 million people, marching, singing, cheering, waving their
100,000 young men at their peak. That's a lot of great shots to get. And that can be your job, Henry, as a first cameraman in your own right.
Now that Hans is gone, you mean?
Exactly. It's a great opportunity for you to grow.
But why me? You've got a ton of guys to choose from.
Yes, but you understand what I need, my way of doing things.
The long hours, the demands.
Right. I need someone who will come through for me, who I can trust.
What about the censorship laws?
Laws for bureaucrats by bureaucrats.
The racial guidelines?
What do they have to do with the price of soap?
Leni. My grandmother's Jewish.
So?
So? To them, I'm a Jew, and hiring a Jew is not what the Nazis are all about.
I'm the one doing the hiring here, and I pick who I like. You're missing the point, Henry. This project is once in a lifetime.
But the Nazis...
We'll soon be gone, but this film will be around forever. And that's what it's all about, Henry. It's why we both went up the mountain looking for something special, something bigger than life. This is it. So believe me when I say, if you make the wrong decision here, you will regret it for the rest of your life.
You're right. Good luck.
Henry. If you leave and they find out why, I won't be able to do anything to protect you. Lights. Gentlemen, I want to thank you all for coming on such short notice. So, what exactly are the best film people in the country with the latest equipment doing here in Nuremberg? Simple. I'm going to make the greatest documentary of all time. The topic? This year's Nazi Party Rally, a colossal cinematic event which we'll milk for all it's worth. At the emotional center of the whole shindig, Adolf Hitler. So, check out his book. Pretty dry, but good for background.
What if you're not a National Socialist?
Hey, you think I care? Just get me my shot.
This is such a big damn deal. How come they put a woman in charge?
Surprised to see you, Schönberg. I requested only the best.
Think how tough this would be for a real director. Now think what it's going to be like working for this broad who's done all of one movie.
I wouldn't trust you to run for my coffee, but if I say do it, you'll do it.
Like hell. I won't work under a woman.
So they say.
You guys do what you want. But there's no way that I'm taking orders from some goddamn skirt.
I didn't say you could leave.
Who asked you? And how long do you think it's going to take before Goebbels pulls the plug on this project?
I could ask his boss.
Yeah, right. On your knees.
Listen to me, all of you. I have been given this responsibility by the Fuhrer himself. Disobey me, dare to doubt my abilities, and you doubt the judgment of Adolf Hitler.
Seems you didn't mind using the party when it suited you.
A woman doing such a project? I had to use every trick I could think of.
Writing for the propaganda ministry about this guy?
He was walking off the field.
But your complaints could have landed him in jail or worse.
Sonnenberg? Ha! He was one of them.
I refused to work on the party rally film because I hated the Nazis and everything they stood for.
Suddenly, he has always been against them, appalled, risking everything to resist. It's funny how all the Nazis had disappeared.
Leaving you to defend Hitler.
You have to understand. It was only 1934, and suddenly there was work for everyone. We had regained our sense of purpose, of national dignity. It felt good to be a German again. That is what we celebrated. Our bright future. And it was all possible because of this one man.
You are Germany. When you act, the nation acts. And we will stand beside you. Come what may.
You, the racially best of the German nation,
have courageously our shared dream to become the leaders of our country and of our people. And our total image like that of a holy order. Because we are Germans! Long live the party! Long live Germany!
stunning performance. The sound, the visual, 100%. Of course, we almost missed it. We had so much trouble with those, tan shirts.
Brown shirts?
That's them. Blocking my shots, bothering my cameramen, even taking my cameras. How can I create something extraordinary if I have to put up with these overgrown boys?
Yes, well, these are trying times, especially for the SA. But I'm sure Dr. Goebbels will make sure that they're less enthusiastic about their chores in the future.
Yes, monsieur.
Doctor, where would I be without you?
So you completed the party rally film without further interference?
Yes.
All you had to do was slap it together and you were home free.
Yes, that's all I had to do. 18 hours a day, 7 days a week for months on end.
Why do it? Why work so hard?
Because at the beginning it would say a film by Leni Riefenstahl.
But before, you were willing to put your name on a subordinate's work.
Artists are capricious, what can I say?
Did you ever consider how people might react to your art?
Not particularly. The only audience I ever considered was me.
How did you feel about the racial laws?
I didn't know about them.
Of course you did. Everybody knew about them by then.
I told you I was editing.
Making psychotics look like folk heroes.
It was simply a record, a document of the time.
Come on. Colleagues are kicked out of the business, or can't stomach what's going on and leave while you're splicing together a movie for their persecutors?
I was hired to do a job.
And you were so busy you didn't see people being dragged out into the street in the middle of the night.
Did you live here during those times? No. So who are you to judge?
Oh, didn't you hear? We won the war.
Average person's one thing. But you, a famous artist, you don't feel any extra responsibility.
Of course, to my art.
And that's it.
Party rally films had always been newsreels. I was hired to do better. That was my responsibility.
But how do you feel now, knowing how it's been used?
Politics come and go. Art is for eternity.
Doesn't bother you that it helped the Nazis?
If an artist dedicates himself totally to his work, he cannot think politically. Every great art...
Don't hide behind this bullshit!
You were picking your nose in the playground during this time. What do you know? My work, if it was used for bad, what fault is that of mine?
You don't find any reason to regret doing the party rally film?
Why should I? Was I a Nazi? An anti-Semite? Did I denounce anyone? No. What else could I have done? What would you have done?
But how it was used...
It's not my concern.
You regret nothing.
Why should I? I did my work as best I could. What have I to regret now? Am I through?
We'll see. We're taking you in.
Fade in. On barbed metal wire, black and curling, like a movie film spilling from a reel, encircling this former camp for undesirables, which has become a camp for undesirables once again.
Welcome to the U.S. 7th Army's Interrogation Center. You're about to be processed in accordance with the internment protocol for denazification. Can I get you some coffee?
Oh, yes, that would be...
Fräulein Leni?
Johanna!
Looks like they're bringing us all here. Those of us who are left. But I'm surprised to see you.
Yes, and you. When I heard he was dead,
I assumed that I was dead too. I should be. All those years I spent at his side. But the Fuhrer, in the end, he sent me away. To save some documents, he said. It was to save my life, I know. He could be so kind. Leni, have they mentioned the camps?
a little.
Joanna, what?
He had no idea. Do you understand? How could he have known or approved? It was the others. It was their doing. They were the ones that...
Johanna, you don't look well. Getting enough exercise?
Yes, Herr Marshal. Right away.
Hello, darling. I hear they're having a big party down in Nuremberg and you're invited. Not to worry. They may have to hang a few Germans to us Swiss. They're hypocrites. But with the Red Army right down the road, they'll need those of us with special skills to run tomorrow's Germany. And they know it. After all, we're not the only pragmatists.
You're on.
Well, take them off.
What?
Your clothes. Schnell! I do not have all day.
This treatment is intolerable.
Hey, you should be honored, Madam Director. Only the biggest stars of the Reich get to come down to the bear cellar.
Put up your foot, princess. What for? Security?
I will do no such thing.
That's your call, but I would do what she says. Berta always gets her way.
What is that for?
Nice.
I don't need that.
Oh, of course not, Your Highness. What do you do? Now get dressed.
I'm not finished.
Oh, I should wait till you're decent? Well, that boat sailed.
What do you want from me?
Oh, nothing. Yet. Though the night is still young, yes. Uh-oh. Better tell the old girl it's a joke, Berta.
I want to see the Major. Now.
Why? Worried you won't be able to play me for a sucker?
Because he's a gentleman. You are not.
Oh, hell no. No, but I was. I was a regular Boy Scout when I landed here. Yeah, you like gentlemen, huh? You would have loved my older brother. They cheered the day after Pearl when he joined the army, and they cried the day he was buried at Normandy. So you'll forgive me, ma'am, if I dispense with the pleasantries, but unlike Gentleman Jim, I plan to get the fuck out of this shithole in one piece. First, I got a job to do.
You get some rest. You're gonna need it.
What are you doing here?
I need a reason to visit?
How did you get in?
I know the right people.
What if the Americans find you here?
What could they possibly do that they're not going to do anyway? The fools would rather fight the Russians for the next 50 years than accept my help.
What are you going to do?
Get out of here. Want to come?
I assume you heard about Uberman.
Seems he'd rather kill himself than face what he'd done under the Nazis.
You should try doing your homework, boy. Uberman was one of them. He liked them, liked their ideas. Suicide was just his way of getting the last laugh on you. Now, when can I go, Major?
When we're done with our questions.
And when will that be?
When you've answered them!
God, what more do you want from me? To say I should have left? Should have fought? They were disturbing, the racial attitudes, but how could I have changed them? I was only one person, and a woman no less. What else could I have done but stayed in my homeland and lived my life?
And make the best of the situation.
To capture the essence of the Nordic Olympic spirit, the art of athletics will be filmed by the athlete of the arts. Because the International Olympic Committee has commissioned a feature-length documentary from Germany's favorite filmmaker, our own Leni Riefenstahl. She and her film crews are covering the games in Berlin like never before, ensuring that the fatherland's purest of blood shall have a record truly worthy.
And you thought showing a black man beating Aryans would be a good idea. In a German film?
It wasn't a German film, it was my film.
You never considered the ramifications?
He was the best. Why shouldn't I feature him?
Nobody'd be that naive, unless she had Hitler wrapped around her little finger.
Working right? Such a lonely place, your little cave. With only your dreams and the blue light. Cutting and splicing 1,000,000 feet of film has taken its toll. To the point where I wouldn't so much as lay a finger on you.
Do you mind? I have work to do.
Oh, yes. I read your letter. I now intend to make 2 films. 500,000 marks should cover the additional expense. And you expect the ministry to approve another loan?
That's right.
Well, why stop there? How about another 100,000 for your fine behavior with the referees, your exotic interest in the Negro?
This is about the human form, not color. Nature's art.
No, I think your approach will take too long, be too expensive, and turn out far too dark. Therefore, I'm certain the Fuhrer will applaud your humble decision to resign and turn the film over to me.
This work with starlets?
Perfectly, especially when I throw this into the mix. Apparent proof that you are racially impure, which, as defined by the Nuremberg laws, makes you you know what?
This is outrageous.
And totally unfounded. Should be suppressed, but messy. You can keep that copy for your files.
He's seen things like this before. He'll brush it right off his desk.
Maybe. But you've had relationships with Jews. You've hidden them on your film crews. You've broken the law openly and brazenly. And while we may not choose our genetics, we most certainly choose our friends.
Well, when I see my friend, we'll talk about it.
You seriously believe you can beat all this?
What do you think?
I hate actresses.
Did you really think you could beat me?
I wasn't sure. Until this nigger business. You see, having him in your movie flies in the face of everything Adolf Hitler stands for.
And you really expect me to take him out of my film?
No. The beauty is, I don't. We are here tonight to pay tribute to nature's art. It has won every other top film award in Europe. So you can only imagine how it makes me feel to present this year's Reich Film Prize to Leni Riefenstahl.
Congratulations. I want the world to know what films our nation can produce. I also want them to see the living, breathing embodiment of all the Third Reich represents. And so, I make a personal request here tonight.
that our extraordinary filmmaker undertake a special mission, that she present in person her masterpiece to the people of the United States of America.
Confirmation just came in over the wire. Started last night. Beatings, looting, fires all over Germany.
I do not believe it.
This attack on the Jews, how long will it
What
last?
about Aryan living space?
You looking at Scandinavia? What about Russia and France?
These are political concerns.
What's next for the Jews? Yeah, who else is on this list?
I came here to talk about films, my film.
Okay, Toots, when's your next Nazi film?
Hitler gonna be the next star?
Yeah, when are you two gonna tie the knot? Does he really have a swastika tattooed on his you-know-what?
Ignore them. They're jealous. Spewing anything that denigrates Germany. I might have known. They're democracies. They're built on lies. I'm sorry. You, of all people, should not have had to go through this.
But the attack on the Jews, this Kristallnacht, it did happen.
Yes. It was a mistake. Regrettable, but understandable.
I see. Some of my friends, many great German artists, Jews, have left the country. Von Sternberg, Fritz Lang, Marlene Dietrich.
I respect you as an artist of rare talent. Now I ask you to respect me and never bring up the Jewish question ever again. Dark forces at work here, trying to destroy us. Drag us back into the trenches, into the mud and the blood. But not this time, I swear it. This time, if it comes, it will be like lightning. And we will be done with it. And be free and pure or perish by my word. Are you a true German?
I'd like to think so.
Yes. Me too. But soon we'll know. By the only true test of blood and of will.
The German armed forces face down the Slavic horde and make the Poles pay a heavy price for their aggression. And the blonde children of ethnic Germans, prisoners here since the end of the 1914 war, will soon be free. And now the art of war will be seen in a new light, thanks to our own Leni Riefenstahl, who will be sending back films from the front for the Ministry of Propaganda and Enlightenment.
These fearsome opponents of the fatherland.
We can make it work. How about fooling people, right?
So, what brings a goddess this far from the mountains?
What else, my dear Baron?
Good. A little pragmatism will go a long way here. Seems the Polish partisans have gone and done nasty to some of our boys. Mutilation, that sort of rot. 2 men there! Go easy on those prisoners! You are German soldiers! Conduct yourselves accordingly! Where were we? Yes, there's someone I want you to meet tonight.
Another bureaucrat.
And a huge fan! With a very acceptable wine cellar. By the way, love the costume.
God, Leni, what are we doing here?
Same as always, Henry. Whatever it takes. To get the shot, to keep the crew out of combat, you out of the camps, and me. No, that's not right. You should stop that. No! You heard the Air Marshal. Treat this man properly.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Leni Riefenstahl.
No shit. Would you like to make a movie with me?
Not Tobie.
aboard. Let's get it.
You're a disgrace. Both of you should be ashamed. You're Germans fighting for the fatherland.
This isn't a goddamn movie, and your ass is blocking progress.
Disobey me, and I will personally report you to Adolf Hitler.
Then I guess we'll have to fucking shoot you.
How dare you? No, no, no. No, please. No!
Gullible bitch. Move it, Jews.
Just give me my shot.
Hackwork not as easy as you thought, eh? Leave us.
Where is he?
Busy with matters far more important than a group of dead Polish Jews and their sympathizer.
He must be told immediately.
He already knows. And he'll take care of the men responsible. Believe me.
I demand to see him.
Your demanding days are over. We don't need your kind of art now. And since you can't even handle a simple newsreel, you're worthless to us. But still, you'll probably be remembered for your small, early contribution to the Reich. But I'm not going to let a little injustice like that spoil an otherwise perfect ending to our story. Oh, and Goddess, your film work, I've postponed it indefinitely. We'll be needing those resources for the war effort. I guess some dreams just aren't meant to be. Heil Hitler.
Then what did you do?
Returned to the mountains to work as best I could. Though it was almost impossible because of the stupid war.
No more government projects.
No,
And Hitler? Did you see him again?
only once. Near the end.
1945 will be the year of our greatest triumphs.
It'll remain the Visora. He seemed now like most men.
Your blood.
Only less so.
Your blood.
My fellow artist. Fate is a jealous mistress. My leading the fatherland and creating a bulwark against tyranny, protecting the world from communism, now and in the future. And of course, I was that close back in '43, but I had to save the worthless fascists in North. Let history judge us on our single-minded devotion to our work. In fact, you'll be pleased to know that I've had copies of all of our work safely stowed away, along with photos of every piece of artwork, every church, every museum, every historic building in all of Germany, so that one day they can be precisely reconstructed from the ruins. And that will create jobs, prosperity, and a renewed Teutonic spirit. And Germany will be great. Again. You see, I told you I was a romantic.
Thank you, Lieutenant Selby. I won't be needing you anymore.
Oh, we gotta...
That is all.
So, for how much longer, Major?
Actually, we've only got one thing left to cover. You say that you didn't see what was coming. And you didn't see it as it happened. And now, like so many others, you don't really acknowledge what went on, or that you might have some responsibility in any way for any of it.
Major, we have been over all this. I don't see why.
Because it's important to me. Thank you, Private.
I need to know. Why didn't you see it?
Did you? You saw the newsreels, read the newspapers. We were supposed to see what you didn't. And if we did, we were supposed to stop it. People on your side thought highly of Hitler too, remember? Churchill, not long before the war, said he envied Germany its Führer.
But he changed his mind. Have you?
The war ruined everything. 6 years wasted when I could have been working. Lighting and the rhythm of the marching. Just watch how well this next cut works. See? Good, yes. Now, the next one. Perfect. The sound, the picture 100%. Here's the next one. No, that's not right. That is not my work. My God, what is this?
Your patron of the arts sponsored this work, too.
No, he can't be. The man I knew could never have done this.
Oh, he had help. And his cronies will swing for it. But they won't be the only ones. It took a national effort to do this, to run camps like this.
You don't think I knew about this? Not this.
You had direct access to the bastard who did that!
I didn't know. No!
You didn't know. No, you dropped the act.
How could I? I had no idea.
Knee deep in it from the beginning.
Working. Why are you doing this to me?
Because I just need to know why.
What more can I tell you?
The truth.
I told you the truth. How I am. How I have always been.
A person in a dream world? A person in a dream world built those death camps! And you helped make his dream come true, yes!
No! I had nothing to do with that, nothing. Do you understand? What you suggested simply could not be true. Because if it were, how could anyone live with it?
Fortunately, that is one answer I don't need. You're free to go.
You realize, don't you, that I was famous long before the Nazis came? My work will survive long after they've been forgotten.
I believe you're right.
Oh, yeah. The French can't wait to talk to you about your work. Arbeit macht frei.
He still thinks I'm guilty.
Oh, you are guilty. Question is, of what?
like my little movie? My life story? Bigger than life, you say? Of course. All stories are lies. Yet they can, in their way, tell the greatest truths.